Hey guys, welcome back to Sam's Garden Project. Today I'm in my greenhouse and we're going to do a massive seed planting day. It is the 19th of August, and everyone that I follow on Instagram has tomato seedlings already and I haven't planted anything yet. So let's get into it. Alright, so here's my setup. I have my seeds, some saved seeds, some labels that I've cut out of milk bottles, the plastic, recycling them. I've got my seed trays. These are really handy, they fit right in. So I'm happy with that. Some gloves, texture, and I've got seed and cutting mix that I'm just going to use because it's easy and I haven't made my own yet, so maybe in the future, but it's just an easy way to do this in a bulk setting. So we'll go through my seeds. In this box here is what I've bought from the seed collection. I find they're quite good. Just a whole bunch of different ones. I got a whole bag of 500 grams of bush beans, chives, sage, tomatoes, basil, lemon basil, some pumpkins, zucchini, peppermint, all that kind of stuff, all the goodies. So we're going to plant them, and this is how I store my seeds. You probably have seen other people do this. I've got one for summer seeds and one for winter seeds. So they just open up like that. That's stuck there. We'll get all these out of the way. My chicken is joining me. Hello. You having fun here? You won't be allowed in here much longer. Not when all the seeds are here. Alright, back to the seeds. So I've just labelled them with a label maker. I've got summer flowers, summer herbs, and as you can see they're all labelled. And so whenever I want to plant something, I'll be like, okay, I want to plant loofah. I don't have very many seeds, but they're all there ready to go. Same with chilies. I don't have very many summer seeds, hence I've got all of them in there. Radish, small packets, pumpkin, quite a few. So the goal today will be to try and get some tomatoes in, some chilies, some capsicums. I might leave the pumpkins, zucchinis for a few more weeks because they're relatively quick germination, and it's not quite warm enough for them to go out. I don't want them to get too big before it's time to plant them out, but some of the longer varieties I'm happy to get started today. Also some herbs, I'm happy to plant them out a bit early, but also they take a little bit of time to get to size, so I can just put them into repot them into bigger pots and then plant them out when they're quite big, so I'm not worried about them. But yeah, so zucchinis, pumpkins, maybe not, but tomatoes definitely. Same with beans, I won't do that now. And yeah, we'll just do it together. So I think I'm going to start just by organising my recently bought seeds into their packets in my seed organiser, just so that I know what I've got and it's easy access, instead of being like, oh, what's all these different seeds, and not knowing what I've got. So I'm going to do that first and then we'll get to planting. I'm just going to fill these trays up with the soil mix. And we'll come back when we're done. Alright, so I've just filled these up. I've put them on mist with the hose so they're a bit damp. I'm just going to get my permanent marker and just dip a hole in each one. Sorry about my dog. And I'll do that for all of them. I've only got 4 seeds of these, so I'm hoping that they come up. They take a long time and they really like the heat, so I'm going to get them done now as well. Last season I tried growing them and they grew, but the fruit that I had were really small and they ended up just rotting on the vine as they were drying out. So we'll see what happens with these ones. Alright, so there we have it. Our first tray is done. We've got some tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, tomato, loofah, echinacea, German chamomile, oregano, basil, thyme, and some lemongrass. So that's our first tray done. Let's move on to the second one. So the second tray is done. I've got some zinnias in here, yarrow, tomato, roma. I just got 4 watermelon and a few zucchini because that was just what was left in the seed packet, so we'll see if they pop up. Some cosmos, some capsicum, and some chili, Carolina Reaper chilies. So I ran out of milk tags, or the plastic ones, so I've just switched to the paddle pop sticks. But I don't always do them like this. I sometimes just use those meat trays up here. So I've got saved calendula seed that popped up, which is good. I just put some holes in the bottom, and yeah, I just try to reuse things. I'm just doing it like this because I only want a few things of these varieties, where different crops that I want to plant lots of, I just do them, spread them in a tray like that, let them pop up and get bigger, and then I plant them out into the garden. So as you can see by the thermometer here, 24 degrees. When I opened it up probably about an hour ago, it was at 29, so it's keeping the heat in quite nicely. And I can monitor this from my phone. It links up to my phone. So yeah, I've got one tray here, one tray there. I'll do a lot more planting in a few more weeks, I think, but this will be enough to get me started. So thanks for joining me guys. Nothing special, just planting some spring seeds. Let's see how long they take to pop up. It is nice and warm in the greenhouse, so hopefully they don't take too long, but at the same time I don't want them up too quickly because it's still winter, so we'll keep an eye on things. Thanks, see you next time.